Hey folks, welcome to OuchCouch. This is episode 10, and I'm glad if you are here listening to it. And again, I'd advise you to listen to this episode in at least 1.25 times speed, or preferably 1.5 times speed, because I talk really slow and it gets boring AF. And there are a few pauses oftentimes when I'm talking because it's just me alone on a mic, and let's face it, English is not my first language. So obviously I am looking for words, but I'm translating in my head, so it takes time. I think you already have understood that, but I just wanted to leave it out there. So, in last few episodes, I talked about emotional investment, emotional portfolio. It sounds like some boring finance podcast with like everything that's not finance. So, I think I would want to talk about something else. Um, and I have something, but it's gonna cost me like, well, I don't have any follower or I don't have any subscriber who listens to it, so it's not gonna cost me any new listener, or maybe I would get a few hater if it just goes out, but that would be fun, I guess, to be hated on for a reason finally. So I'll get there. It's about the new wave of quote unquote witchcraft. Like, people are now identifying themselves as witches and whatnot. I mean, it's nothing new, of course. It's been always on the loop. Like, it's been around in pop culture, like charmed, practical magic. Before that, like even Paulo Coelho made it popular by writing that book Brida. Yes, I have read that. Don't say that. I mean, don't think that I don't know about this culture and shit. Like the practice, like the discipline of the sun, discipline of the moon. I forgot what the exact things were, but in the end, the book is about that girl who gets to like fuck two guys and shit like that. It's I know it was a very fulfilling experience and shit like that, but let's face it, in the blunt truth, Brida cheated on her boyfriend who like was faithful to her with this zaddy boy guy. Like, I mean, not a boyfriend, I mean, he was a zaddy old mysterious man. So Brida was just a girl who cheated on her boyfriend, but make it nice. That was it. So yes, I can't believe I have just spent almost 2 minutes trashing on Paulo Coelho, but yeah, I did. I don't care if I'm being hated on because I really don't care. But what I really care about is like, it was fine that it was in literature, it was in movies, that's totally fine. But what is happening right now, and the blame of that goes to this quote unquote influence culture, that it's becoming a little too mainstream for anyone's like good. Like, people should not be normalizing it as normalized as it is right now. Like, people, it is true. I'm not saying it's not true that witches or witch hunt. I'm not. It's not witches, but it is the practice of witch hunt has been a weapon to use against women who are trying to practice knowledge, because back in the times when women were barred from getting educated in subjects like science, mathematics, philosophy, like hygiene and health, they would be labeled as witches, and they would just get burned or to death and things like that. Like horrible things happened in the name of abolishing witchcraft. But the truth is, in most cases, those women were actually trying to educate themselves. Or maybe some were really trying to practice witchcraft, and uh, killing them or pelting them in stone is no way of like teaching them a lesson or absolving the society of the evil of these practices. I would say that. But saying all that, the modern wave of witchcraft is, in my opinion, a dangerous thing. And it is dangerous in the sense that people are already, especially in places like US, where healthcare is super expensive, or in like second world, well, nobody talks about second world countries. That's something concerning. I will talk about that something some other day, maybe. Or I mean, more importantly, in third world countries now, like in the country, in our country, or countries like ours, where healthcare is comparatively available but not necessarily affordable. So in places like these now, people are leaning again, especially women from middle class, lower and mid middle class women are currently leaning towards the practice of witchcraft, and that is concerning because it's not that these women are unaware of antibiotics, are unaware of vaccines, medical practices, sterilization practices that goes on in surgical procedures, and all the things that are researched to and regarded as safe to heal people. uh, they are disregarding those and practicing all these witchy things, these crystals they are shoved in their orifices to like heal themselves. It's just simply scary to a certain extent because it's no joke. Like there are many quote unquote content creators are claiming that they have bewitched their period blood, and now drinking that would make their skin glow or whatever they are thinking about or preaching. And I suspect these the people who make these contents possibly don't even practice those, but they make this just so people like us would be skeptical and talk about that, and some gullible like preteen girls would be possibly following those because these people are very, I mean, rather good to look at, and whatever they are saying must be true because let's face it, those girls or those people are young and they just want to like something that's interesting and flashy instead of things that are proven by science. And yeah, you might give me that look that kids these days are not that stupid. I'm not sure about that though. So let's say, like, it's not like you have what like Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock's character had in Practical Magic. So ma'am, you were not a witch. You may have like found a few spells and things that work for you, fine, but keep it in your bedroom. Just don't brag about it or try to rope people in your witchcrafty MLM scheme. Like if you have like expressed your disdain for those like early to mid 2000s or late 2000s MLM scheme people, then you have no right to be MLM, I mean an MLM operative for witchcraft. It's unhealthy, it's unscientific, and more importantly, it's dangerous for the health of like all of us. Like, if you are against those alt-right people who are trying to cancel vaccine mandates and all that, all the healthcare facilities, if you're against those, if you're critical of those, then you have no place to popularize and normalize whatever unscientific practice you are calling witchcraft. Sorry, I am over 10 minutes in this episode, but I think it's justified. We should not let these problematic practices eclipse over safe healthcare or other practices. So there's that. Sorry about this long episode by almost 1 minute. Have a nice day. Goodbye.